Hi, how are you? Welcome to this week's episode of our Town Hall series sponsored by Certified PA Consulting. I'm Kasey D'Amato, President of Certified PA Consulting. Welcome. We put a video out every single week hoping to help the medical community. So PAs, NPs, physicians, and really anyone understand business fundamentals, negotiation strategies. I myself have been a PA since 2003. I've managed a multi-million-dollar practice in Los Angeles. I have started my own companies, non-clinical, raised capital, sold companies, everything in between, and now devote my time to helping others understand business principles that we're not taught early on in our medical training, and sometimes don't really get exposure to any business education along the way. I have been very fortunate to have had a lot of mentors and business coaches in helping me, advisory boards and things like that, and board of directors for my companies, and who are very, very experienced business owners, helping me along my journey. And now I feel that it's my duty to pay it forward to you. So we're talking about why people with coaches, whether it's life, career, or business, get ahead. What is it about the process that helps people propel their life forward when they work with a coach? So the way that I explain this to people when they ask me is, it's sort of like working with a fitness trainer, or if you're training for a marathon or the Olympics. Could you train by yourself? Sure, you could, and you probably could do pretty darn well. But if you look at the people who win, and you ask them what they did, most of them will have trainers and coaches along the way. Will the trainers and coaches have experience in that sport? Most of the time in some experience, although they might not have won the Olympics, but they will know how to be strategic with that particular athlete on what the goals are with that athlete. What are the strengths and weaknesses of that particular athlete? And the coach can recognize the traps, the patterns that athlete falls into, and can create customized tools and programs to help that particular athlete overcome those obstacles. And so it's a similar process in life and career and business coaching, recognizing patterns and helping people understand what their obstacles are and how to overcome them. And in doing that, there are a lot of similarities, one being accountability partner. So even if you on your own recognize what your obstacles are, and you know you want to work around them, and you might even have a plan to work around them, but will you actually execute on it? Maybe, maybe not. Working with a coach helps you because you have that regular meeting, whether it's once a week, once a month, twice a week, whatever makes sense for you and your goals. That person, just like a fitness coach or trainer, is going to ask you if you've done your exercises. Have you then, you hired this coach or this trainer to help you win the marathon or qualify for the Olympics or whatever it is. And if you hire a business coach or career coach to help you propel your life and career and business to the next level, well, when you're having your sessions and you're talking through what the obstacles are and what the solutions are, it's up to you to take the action to implement the solutions. So having that accountability partner, I know for myself, because I've had my own coaches along the way, along my journey. I have a coach right now, and I know when I have that meeting with my coach, he's going to ask me if I implemented the things that I said I was going to implement for my last session. So I'm going to do it because I'm an overachiever. I'm type A, like most of us are in the medical profession. And I am not going to want to get on that meeting, join the Zoom with my coach and talk about we talked about all the obstacles, how to work around them. And then he's going to say, did you do it? Can we celebrate today? And I don't want to be the one to say, no, we can't celebrate because I didn't do it. And I have no real excuse for why I didn't. So accountability is huge with coaching in any industry, life, career, business, fitness. Having someone that you're accountable with that's going to be that tough love. And if it's okay if you have an off week or 2 weeks or month, all of that happens to all of us. So it's okay if you don't execute everything on that list. 100% okay. It's up to your coach to help you get back on track and to figure out if you didn't do it, why? Is it that you really don't want, deep down, you don't want to for some reason, or there's some other obstacle that just hasn't come to the forefront that's holding you back? And your coach can help you through that process and help you figure out why you didn't do it, what is the new obstacle, and then figure out maybe there's a micro obstacle that needs a micro solution to work around. So accountability is big. The second benefit to working with a coach, and why people who work with coaches propel, and typically are the ones who qualify and win the Olympics and win the marathons and propel in business and career and life, is setting goals. Life is busy. We're all going through day to day, and we're just trying to survive the day. We're trying to survive the week. Everything's going on. We've got outside forces of job pressure and kids and extended family and health issues and all these kind of things. We all have that, and we're just trying to get through the day. So we don't oftentimes take the time to really define what are our goals? What's the end game? If you're an athlete, you might know you want to qualify for the Olympics and you want to win gold. Well, if you're not an athlete and you're a medical provider, you are a PA or NP or physician, what is the goal of your life or your career or your business? Where do you want it to be? In a lot of books I read, it sounds kind of depressing, but at the end of life, what do you want to look back on? What do you want life to have looked like for you? What legacy do you want to leave behind? What are you building now for your future? Not just for retirement, but then you're going to have no regrets because you're going to say, I lived my life to the fullest exactly the way that I wanted to. So setting goals is critical, and working with a coach helps you define your goals if you're not sure what they are. Maybe you're burning out or you just don't feel fulfilled. Something isn't exciting you. It doesn't necessarily mean you need to change careers completely. This comes up all the time with our private coaching clients. They're feeling a little bit burnt out. There's a lot going on in the healthcare industry right now, but they still love patient care fundamentally. It doesn't necessarily mean that you need to leave patient care. It might mean that there's another area of your life that you could focus on making progress in, whether it's relationships or whether it's contribution, like getting really involved in a charity organization, or maybe it's community, like a church or some kind of religious organization in your community, and being involved in a different type of role, making progress in a different way. And treating patients is still a passion of yours, but maybe making progress and devoting some energy into some other aspects of your life can help you feel more fulfilled overall. Because sometimes if you fixate only on the negative, then everything in your life feels like it's negative. And if you have other things that are positive going on in your life and you focus on those, then you can focus on the positive parts of even some of the things that have some negative components, if that makes sense. So it's really important to define your goals and to start to brainstorm challenges and work around obstacles and have that accountability partner. And what's also critical with a coach, and those of you who have worked with fitness coaches know this really well, is tracking and measuring the progress. It's critical. Coaches will not only hold you accountable, that did you do what you said you were going to do after you brainstormed the solution to your obstacles, but how did you measure the success of that? So you can celebrate the micro successes along the way. That's what coaches help you do also, is how do you measure the progress? Because sometimes the progress feels slow. And that can happen. It happens to me. It happens to my clients. Sometimes it feels like it's taking forever to get to that goal. But it's because it feels like forever because you're not tracking the small progress. So you can look back and you can say, oh my gosh, over the last 3 months, my life changed in this way. The things that you track in life, this is a tip that I talk about with my clients and 100% applies to my own life. The things that you track and pay attention to in your life are the things that will succeed. So the people who are financially successful typically are obsessive about checking their bank accounts and are really intentional about their budgeting. They know exactly money in, money out. People that are really successful with health and fitness, they are monitoring their weight, their scale, their heart rate, their caloric intake, whatever it might be, carb intake, right? Whatever it is. The people, if you look at patterns of people that you know and they're really successful in one aspect of their life, maybe it's relationship. I bet you they put a lot of intentional energy into their relationships. So look at people and you'll see people who are successful in one aspect tend to track it. So coaches help you not only be accountable, but set up micro measurements to track, because things you're paying attention to, tracking, are the areas of life that will propel and succeed. So if you want another area to succeed that maybe isn't right now, think about what are you tracking? What data points are you tracking in that aspect of your life? And are you tracking it regularly, checking in on yourself and seeing your progress over the last 3 months, 6 months, or a year? I bet you're not. If that's an area that you're unhappy with, I bet it's an area that you're not tracking and putting that much energy or effort into and monitoring the progress and improvement over time. It may do this, it may go up and down, but when you look over a long period of time, I bet it's going up. And if you're frustrated in that area, I bet you're not tracking it. So this is another thing that coaches can help with, and why people who work with coaches get ahead. People who work with coaches are the people that really succeed in whatever they have their coach helping them do. And we've been coaching with Certified PA Consulting since 2009, so well over a decade, specifically with medical professionals, whether that is negotiation, when it's time to make an exit, when it's time to negotiate, whether that's business fundamentals, helping people start a business or reorganize and helping people propel their current business to the next level, and whether that's career advancement, whether that is just feeling a little bit stagnant, like current career trajectory just might not be what you thought, and you're not sure what the next steps. You're at a crossroads with career, whether it's clinical, non-clinical, or within clinical. We help people navigate this, just like a coach would help an athlete navigate some of these challenges along their professional path. So it's very, very similar. There's a lot of similarities. That's why working with a coach helps people propel. Life is busy. We all get busy. It's easy to say, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. I'll think about that when I have time. I'll focus on that project when I'm on vacation. But then life happens and you're out and about and you're not focusing on setting your goals or tracking things and things like that. This is what you pay your coach to help you really get clear with your own personal goals, how to track them, how to be accountable. Even if you fall off the wagon, that happens to all of us. It's your coach's job to help pick you up, dust you off, and get back on track to accelerate again. So I hope this video was helpful. There's lots of links. Click below to our resources, other videos. Also, we do lots and lots of private coaching and private consulting for people who want to accelerate their life and career. So don't hesitate to reach out. Go to certifiedpaconsulting.com. can'ttalk.com. Click on contact us. We'll be happy to answer any questions. There's also an FAQ page there as well that answers questions about the process with working with myself or our team. I wish you all the best out there, and we'll see you next week.